So we're going to start today in extended child's pose. So if you're not comfortable on your knees, I will give you an alternative posture. But if you are okay on your knees, come onto your mat, bring your big toes together and your knees nice and wide. Knees almost as wide as the mat, or even wider if you can. So big toes touching, knees nice and wide, and you sit back on your heels and you reach the arms forward and you bring your forehead down to the ground. Now if your forehead doesn't touch the floor, you can stack your fists like a couple of little, stacked potatoes, or even have flat palms, one on top of the other if that's all you need. So that's if your head doesn't reach the floor, please bring, said, stacked potatoes, stacked fists, or just a couple of palms on top of each other. And then we're just going to bring the head down and close your eyes. So settle into that posture, and if you are not comfortable on your knees, then you're going to do exactly the same posture but on your back. So you're going to bring your soles of feet together and you're going to lay back with the knees open and the arms just draped above you. So you still get a little opening along the front of the body, but you're not on your knees if your knees are uncomfortable for you. So find whichever posture is the right one for you, either the extended child's pose or the reclined, what would be called butterfly pose, Baddha Konasana. And whilst you're down there, I just wanted to read something to you, and also to say that each posture we're going to do today is going to be held for about 2 to 3 minutes. So we have plenty of time to really relax down into each posture, and plenty of time for your body therefore to sort of open up and lengthen up a little bit. So it's an opportunity for us to really let go of any weight, any tension and any worries or anxieties that we have. So just before we fully begin, so do stay where you are in your posture, but I just wanted to read something to you because this week particularly I've found that my own emotions have been all over the place. Some days have been better than others, and at times I felt quite scared, and at other times I felt quite optimistic. My mood swings all over the place, and I'm sure some of you might be the same. And really I just wanted to say that there is nothing wrong with feeling scared or angry or sad at times, is there? Because it's hard to stay optimistic all of the time, but try and use your yoga practice today to look forward to the future, to your horizon, because brighter days are coming, we know that, and really what we are seeking is seeking us. So if you are seeking happiness, prosperity, productivity, optimism, if you're seeking that for yourself, it is seeking you. So do try and stay focused, looking at the horizon, and we should all remember that brighter days are on their way. So use this practice today to just remember that, that this too shall pass. I'm going to turn my music on so you know that you haven't dropped out Wi-Fi, because I will go silent in each of these postures now. So if you can hear the music, hopefully you know your Wi-Fi hasn't dropped out. Enjoy today's practice. Just take 3 more slow, deep breaths in whichever posture you're in. And then after your 3rd breath, very, very slowly bring yourself up out of this posture. It's very important in restorative yoga that we move in and out of these postures nice and slowly. So really slow down, take your time, use as little effort as you can. So we want to try and keep our muscles relaxed, because when our muscles are relaxed, then the whole body, the whole nervous system is also relaxed. So our next little yoga posture is called a toe squat, but it's going to open up the soles of our feet, our toes, our ankles. So if you have been wearing shoes or socks, or the feet have been closed in lately, this is a really lovely way just to open up the soles of the feet. So we're going to come onto your shins, tuck your toes under, sit back on towards your heels, and then we're also going to do with this a little chest opener. So we're going to take the arms around behind us and either hold opposite elbow, so your shoulder heads are drawing back, opening through your chest and your heart. So either hold opposite elbow, or turn around so you can see. Either hold the elbows, or you can have the palms together in reverse prayer with the fingers pointing down, or have the fingers pointing up if your wrist and shoulder mobility is allowing you to have fingers pointing up. Otherwise, the first option, holding opposite elbows behind your back, is equally good. So we want to open the shoulders here. Now look straight ahead and close your eyes. Remember, breathe nice and slow and deep. This is quite an intense pose for the toes, I absolutely realise that. Breathe slow and deep. So you use your calming deep breath here to help remove the intensity of this pose. So as you breathe out and release any uncomfortable sensations that you may be feeling in your body. Release any uncomfortable messages from your mind. So just ride the flow of your breath. Try and always breathe in and out through your nose. Slow, deep breaths. And every out breath is an opportunity just for you to let go of anything that is arising from your mind, from your body. Remember to keep drawing the shoulders back slightly to keep your chest and your heart open. Keep the breath flowing, even though you may be experiencing some uncomfortable sensations in the toes or the ankles. Try and breathe through these moments. Just take another 3 slow, deep breaths. third breath, remember you're going to move very slowly out of this posture. So release your hands, bring them in front of you, in front of your knees. Let's just lean on the hands slightly and untuck your toes. Oh, it just feels like they've been frozen, doesn't it? Maybe we'll wriggle the toes around a little bit. Okay, a little bit of blood flow back down into the toes, the feet. Lovely. Now swing your legs to one side, sit your bottom down and bring your legs forward in front of you. Our next posture is head to knee pose, or Janusasana, and it's just such a beautiful way to open up all the way along the entire back side of our body. So legs, lower back, middle back, upper back. Oh, it's just wonderful. So let's begin by drawing your left foot up onto the inside edge of your right thigh. So the sole of your left foot is just touching the inside edge of the right thigh. Now, if your left knee is up really quite high, then if you have got some cushions nearby, you can of course place that underneath the knee, but it isn't necessary. You'll find over these 2 minutes that actually that left knee will start to drop down because gravity will take hold of your knee and the knee will start to drop as this hip and outer back starts to open. So bring your hands either side of your right leg, look down your right leg, or look right in front of you, I should say, and inhale, lengthen up through the spine, just get a little bit of space and length in the front body. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, walk or slide your hands down towards your shin, your ankles and foot. And just go far enough forward that you start to feel a comfortable stretch along the back side of your body. You want to feel a comfortable stretch. You want to find your edge in these restorative postures. And your edge doesn't need to be that hard edge where you don't feel as if you can breathe. You want to find a place where you can relax fully, but where you can still breathe deeply. And then the final part here, just to prepare us for this head to knee pose, is turn your both palms up towards the ceiling. That really helps just to release and relax the shoulders. And then we're going to turn our gaze towards that right leg, drop the head towards the right leg, and just allow your back to round and arc here. Release your head, let the head just hang. Close your eyes. And just focus again on slow, deep breaths. On every out breath, just see if you can let go a little bit more. You might start to find that your head gets a little closer to that right leg. And the longer we hold these postures, the more we become aware of where we are holding tightness in our body. So when you start to find places that seem to be a little stuck, every time you breathe out, just see if you can soften through those areas just a little bit more. Every out breath is an opportunity just to sink and follow a little deeper. take 3 more breaths. And then very, very slowly, just retrace your steps, walking your hands back up towards you, nice and slow. Head and shoulders coming up at the very end. Take a deep breath in and out. Okay, let's do the other side. So lengthen your left leg out. Draw your right foot onto the inside edge of your left thigh. Now, I need a cushion on my right knee. I'm still nursing a little injury on my knee, so I'm going to take it easy. Don't forget, when you're in these postures, try and relax all of your muscles, so particularly your face. So let your lower jaw just relax, let your lower jaw drop. Because when we release the lower jaw, we release a lot of tension around the face and the skull. So bring your hands either side of the leg, left leg, lengthen up, taking a lovely deep breath in. And then as you exhale, slide or walk your hands down the floor towards the left foot. Remember, go and find a place where you feel a comfortable stretch. So go and find your edge. You may feel different on this side. You might find that one side does feel different than the other. And then not forgetting to flip your palms, turn your palms up towards the ceiling. Let your elbows drop down, let your shoulders relax. And you just allow your spine to round. As we drop your forehead towards your left knee, close your eyes and begin to breathe nice and slow and deep. Relax your left foot completely. Remember to soften your face. And just let gravity take hold of your torso. So your torso begins to slowly fall towards the left leg. Let your right knee drop out to the sides. Direct your breath anywhere that feels a little tight within your body. Use your breath like medicine. Take it to where it's needed. take 3 more breaths in and out here. And then when you're ready, very slowly turn your palms back down to the floor and walk your hands back towards you. So take your time, move in slow motion. Okay, I'm feeling a little yoga drunk already. I hope you guys are all okay. I'm deliberately not talking too much in the postures today. I wanted you to have some silence so you can turn inwards. Our next posture is coming into a cross-leg position. Again, with or without props. Try and do it without props if you can. And we really want to try and hide the feet underneath the knees here, underneath your legs. I can't see my feet when I look down, so just see if you can hide your feet. And then the one little thing we need to do here is flex your ankles so all 10 toes are pointing forward. This is called firelog pose. I'm sure a lot of you have done this in your regular yoga classes. It is also sometimes shown with one or both legs actually on top of the knees, but I'm not going to suggest we do that because that's quite an intense stretch for the knees. So I'm just going to suggest we do firelog pose by crossing the legs and flexing the toes forwards, all 10 toes point forwards. And then when you're ready, bring your hands down beside you, look forward once again, take a lovely deep breath in. And then as you exhale, once more, slide your hands forward in front of you, as far forward as you can, so you start to feel a lovely stretch along the entire backside of your back. Drop your gaze towards the floor and turn your palms up towards the ceiling once again. So your elbows may come down, and let the elbows drop if they want to. Let your head just drop towards the floor. Remember to part your lips so your lower jaw can relax. And relax all the muscles in your face. And just go inside, go inwards to find that peace and stillness. Just taking 3 more breaths in and out of your fire log pose. And then turn your palms down to the ground and very slowly bring yourself back upright once again. How are you doing? I don't know about you, but I often find when I hold these postures, the longer I hold them, the more places I find that are stiff. So when I initially go into the posture, like this one we've just done, we initially go into posture and I think, oh yeah, I'm a little bit stiff around my sacrum, my lower back. And then the longer I hold it, the more I start to feel that actually it's not just my sacrum. I can feel even more in sort of like the outer edges of my buttocks, the outer edge of my thighs. So the longer we hold these postures, the deeper within our muscle fibres, our muscle layers, we are beginning to release. So don't be surprised if when you start your posture, you only feel a stretch in one place, and then the longer you hold that posture, the more places you start to feel are stretching. So that's just it, because we are working a little deeper within the layers the longer we hold each pose. So our next posture is a little stretch for the back. So we are going to come down onto your belly, coming into Sphinx pose. So find your way onto your belly and bring your shoulders, sorry my top's a bit baggy today, bring your shoulders underneath your shoulders, elbows underneath shoulders, that's what I was trying to say, elbows under shoulders and palms flat on the floor with the palms turned down, forearms down, palms down. Now gently draw your shoulder heads back, so draw the shoulder heads back to feel the collarbones broaden. Let your tailbone just drop towards your heels, so don't clench the buttocks. Tailbone drops towards the heels. And you can keep either looking straight ahead with the neck straight, or if you wanted to, you could just allow your head just to wander side to side, just releasing through the neck. So whatever feels right for you today, just making whatever movements feels good. Or as I said, you can just keep the head straight, looking straight ahead, but with the eyes closed. Just making whatever movements feel good for you. If you have decided to let your head move around a little bit. Remember to draw the shoulder heads back slightly. A little gentle pressing down through the forearms to help open up the upper back. Relax your buttocks, let your tailbone drop towards the heels. Now if this is too intense for your lower back, just slide your hands further forward so the elbows come in front of the shoulders, okay? So slightly lower intensity in the back if that's more comfortable for you. Keep gently pressing down through the forearms so you don't collapse between the shoulders. Another 3 breaths in and out here. And then after your 3rd breath, just gently lower the belly and the chest down to the floor. Slide your hands underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes under and press back onto your heels. A little extended child's pose. Arms stretched forwards. That was just a very short little stretch for the back, just after that back bend. Going to coming into another opening of the heart, the chest, and also the back by coming into puppy dog pose. So hips above your knees, arms stretched down to the end of your mat with your fingers spread nice and wide. You can even have the hands a little bit wider than your mat if you wish. And then let your forehead come down to the floor. Or as I said, if the forehead doesn't touch the floor, then you can maybe even bring one arm in, like bend it at 90 degrees, and rest your forehead on your forearm. Or you can bring a book, or a block rather, or a cushion underneath your head, of course. And then very gently allow the elbows to melt down to the floor. Let your rib cage begin to sink towards the earth. And I like to turn my head to one side, so I rest on my temple here. I find that more comfortable for my neck. Take 3 more breaths in and out here. And then once more, move very, very slowly. That is an incredibly deep stretch for the shoulders and the chest. So just very slowly walk the hands back towards you, coming into a tabletop position. And then just take your knees forward towards your hands, drop your seat over to one side and bring your legs forwards. That puppy dog pose is incredibly deep for the shoulders, the chest. You can feel those opening, but it's such a good posture if you spend a lot of your time working with your arms in front of you, particularly maybe if you're working from home at the moment, hands on a computer. So it's a really lovely one just to help open out through the chest and our breathing apparatus. We're going to come down now onto the floor, onto our back. And we're going to stay on our backs now until the end of the class. So if you are feeling a little bit chilly at all, and you've got maybe some socks nearby, then you might want to maybe put those socks on. or even if you have a little blanket nearby, you want to make sure that that's ready for the final Shavasana, which we'll do in about 4 postures time. But the first posture we're going to do on our backs is a hip opener. It's called figure of 4. That's the best way to describe it. So very gently come down onto your back. So just gently walk the hands back. This is all about relaxing, so nothing hard or too strenuous at all. And we're going to take the left ankle and cross it over the right thigh. Left ankle on top of the right thigh. Now you can stay here if this is enough for you, little hip opener. And if you are going to stay at this level, then you can bring your arms up in cactus arms and just gently press that left knee away from you so you really feel the hip opening. Now, if you wanted to go a little bit deeper, you lift the right foot up towards you and then you hold the right shin or even the back of that right thigh if that's where you want to reach. Now, the one thing I would say to you about this posture, one thing I'd like you to watch and take note of is your right knee should stay in line with your right chest. So what will often happen in this posture is that right knee will want to start to move inwards towards the centre of your chest. Try not to let that happen. Try and keep the right knee in line with the right chest, okay, with your right collarbone, let's say it like that. So just watch that one whilst you're holding this posture. Now the back of the neck should be nice and long, so if you need to release the back of the head and then place it back down again, please do. Relax all 10 toes and just let the weight of your hands and arms draw your legs towards you. So there's no need for you to pull those legs in, just let gravity do its job. And the weight of your hands and arms will just gently draw that right leg in towards you anyway. Just bear in mind, keep the right knee in line with the right rib cage rather than the knee sinking into the middle of your chest. Okay, let's hold here for a couple of minutes. Return again to your slow, deep breathing. And on every exhalation, just invite even more to release inside. Just feel as if your muscles are falling away from the bones. Close your eyes. Take 3 more breaths. And then very slowly release the right foot back down to the floor. Now before we do that same posture on the other side, we're going to have a little recline twist first of all. So we're going to slide your right thigh and just cross the thighs, the left thigh over right thigh. Got my lefts and rights muddled up. So cross your left thigh over your right thigh. press down through your right foot just to lift your hips up away from the floor, and then move your hips just a couple of inches to the left, and then lower the hips back down again. This helps the twist feel a little bit more comfortable. Take a breath in, and then as you exhale, drop your knees to the right, and arms can be in cactus arms, or you can stretch the arms a little higher overhead, but turn your head towards the left. And now if this is too much for your hips, then please come back up out of this, uncross your legs, and just drop both knees to the right. It's a little less intense, okay? So you decide whether or not you want to do a little stronger with the legs crossed, or just have the knees stacking. Alrighty. Close your eyes. Try and allow the left shoulder to drop towards the floor. And the other thing as well we must remember in these restorative postures is that we want to try to avoid fidgeting. So once you've got into the pose, just sink into it. Try and avoid fidgeting or adjusting your clothes. Allow your body to be as still as you can. And just allow your breath to ebb and flow. Your body will tell you, your body will send you little messages letting you know where you are a little tight and stiff. So when your body has spoken to you, try and relax through those areas as much as you can. Just feel the muscles releasing and melting. Three more breaths. Deep breath in. Complete breath out. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. One more deep breath. And relax everything as you breathe out. Okay, lovely. Bring your hands back down alongside you. Now you might need to use your right hand here to help lift your knees back up away from the ground. And then uncross your legs. And again, you might need to square your hips back up. So lift the hips up, place them back down upon the floor in line with those shoulders. And let's do that little figure of four on the other side. So right ankle on the left thigh. So you can stay here with the arms in cactus and press that right knee away from you. Or if you wanted to go a little deeper, lift the left foot up towards you. And so you can thread the arms and hold either the shin or the back of the leg. But listen, my right arm is between my thighs here, okay? So remember that. Right arm between the thighs. I know sometimes some people try and take the right arm around the right leg, but that's not comfy. Take the right arm between your thighs and then hold either the back of the thigh or the shin if you can reach it. Now remember, we want to try and keep this left knee in line with the left chest. So don't let that left knee drop in towards the middle of your chest. That will take away some of the deep work. So left knee in line with the chest at all times. Make sure the back of the neck is nice and long. Close your eyes and let's drop into this posture. So allow your shoulders to sink back towards the ground. Keep the back of the neck nice and long so the chin is pointing directly upwards. Just allow the weight of your hands and your arms to draw the left leg in towards you. Remember, don't pull, don't push. Just let gravity do its own job. And all we have to do is remain patient. And remember on each out breath to keep softening, letting go. Keep that left knee in line with the left chest. Take 3 more breaths. And then slowly release that left leg. Bring the left foot back down to the ground. And then we're going to do that little recline twist. So you're going to slide the right thigh and cross it over the left thigh. Bring the arms up into cactus or even stretch the arms a little further away if you wish. And then we are just going to press down through that left foot, lift your hips up an inch, and then move your hips over to the right hand side just a couple of inches, and then lower the hips back down on the floor. Take a deep breath in and exhale, drop the knees to your left and your head to the right. But remember, if this is a little too much for your back or the back of your hips, then you can just uncross the legs and drop both knees to the left side. It's a little less intense. So you decide which one is the right one for you today. Try and drop down through the right shoulder, so get very heavy in the right shoulder and the right arm. Imagine you've got a sandbag on your right arm, your right shoulder. Let gravity take hold of your knees. Remember to breathe out through any discomfort. Breathe out through the mouth, through any discomfort. Take another 3 slow, deep breaths. And then after that third breath, just bring your hands back down alongside you. And again, you might need to use that left hand to gently lift the knees back up away from the floor. And uncross your legs, bring the feet to the ground. Readjust your clothing, maybe get a blanket on top of you, because now we're coming into Shavasana, our final pose for today. So please make sure you feel nice and warm. If you have any lower back issues, then I would suggest you take your feet as wide as your mat and then let your knees drop in together like a little mountain. This just helps to release the back. Or if you're happy and comfortable in your traditional Shavasana, stretch your legs down along the mat, feet nice and wide, and let your toes drop out. Arms beside you and away from the side of the body, so have a little bit of space between the arms and the rib cage. Eyes gazing upwards towards the ceiling. Just make yourself nice and comfortable here. Make any little adjustments to your clothing, to the way you're laying. And just know that you're going to stay here for a couple of minutes. This is a couple of minutes to enjoy just for yourself. So stay down there. I will tell you when we are coming out. So close your eyes. Stay in Shavasana. And just allow all weight and all tension just to drop down towards your mat. Stay still and peaceful in Shavasana. If you have time, stay a little longer in Shavasana. But if you do have to rejoin your day, keep your eyes closed, but just gently begin to wriggle your fingers and toes. And then relax your feet and toes. I just wanted to finish our session today by reading something to you. And so we continue to drift through life and time, the gentle observing of this body of mine, carefully watching the ripple of my breath, turning towards the internal depth, allowing the edge of the mouth to curl, the inner smile, the oyster's pearl, the weight of the body grounding down. Try to relax your forehead, the frown. Release your face. Tension, exhale. Cease the chatter, the myth and the tale. The ebb and flow, the constant call. Return to your breath. Let yourself fall. Sinking forever down through this earth. For this is the place of forgiveness and birth. And then if you wish to continue with your day, just gently roll to your right hand side and take your time to slowly come back up into a seated position with your eyes closed, and bring your palms, your hands together in Anjali Mudra or prayer position, and let your thumbs just gently rest on your chest, and let your heart flow up to your thumbs as you relax the shoulders and the neck. Allow a wave of peace and ease to wash through your body. Peace and ease. And may the peace of yoga stay with you. I wish you peace in your hearts. I wish you peace in your mind. And I wish you peace in your bodies always. Namaste. And then gently blink your eyes open. Maybe have a little stretch, a little yawn, whatever feels right for you right now. Thank you once again for joining me Saturday afternoon, a little bit of restorative yoga. Hope it's recharged your batteries a little bit and perhaps even set you up for a nice peaceful, cozy evening in. If you have any questions at all about any of the postures, please let me know. But I'd be kind of interested to know which posture you particularly liked. Which one did you find was working the most for you? You know, where did you find the deepest kind of tension within your body? Just curious, that's all. So I hope you have a lovely Saturday evening and Sunday, or depending on what day you're going to do this practice. And I will be back here again on Tuesday afternoon, at 4:30. So until then, everybody, take care. Love to you all, and look after yourselves. See you soon. And I'm going to come to the end of the camera. Here we go. Okay, lovely. Nice to see you here.